Archaeologists uncovered several pyramids in China and other countries when they began exploring for remnants of ancient civilizations. The Chinese pyramids were newly erected and had no historical relevance, whereas the Egyptian pyramids were interesting, very old, and had a great deal of historical worth. These pyramids had been carefully constructed, and deconstructing them without the use of equipment would take years. Some of Egypt's pyramids are still standing tall with little deterioration in their basic structure, and seeing such mathematically sound structures made exclusively with the materials available at the time and without any understanding of current building processes is historically significant. In this video, we shall discuss top 10 interesting facts about the pyramids of Giza. 1. Tombs. Tombs were exclusively erected for pharaohs in ancient Egypt, not for the common public, but because Egyptian dynasties lasted for such a long time, there are many tombs still standing today. The tombs of the pharaohs were built to keep their bodies and souls safe. The Egyptians believed in the afterlife and believed that the deceased would continue to live as they did on earth. This can be seen in the practice of making food gifts to the dead in order to aid them in their afterlife flourishing. As the number of tombs grew, people felt compelled to preserve them, which led to the invention of pyramids. Pyramids were mostly used for pharaohs' tombs, but other, less important persons had miniature pyramids called monas built well below the main pyramids to symbolize their status in relation to their monarchs. 2. Slaves. When the Egyptian pharaohs took power, they promptly ordered the construction of a new pyramid. The building authorities did not force the pharaoh's servants to build the pyramids, contrary to popular belief. The pyramids were built entirely by volunteers who were paid on a daily basis. They were also provided complimentary meals to keep them well and strong so that they could continue to build the pyramids despite the fact that the stones were heavy and there was little technology to assist them. It's hard to imagine that all of the work was done by hand, and researchers are still trying to figure out what instruments the Egyptians used to achieve such perfection in measurement and alignment. 3. Pyramid direction. The majority of the pyramids were constructed on the west bank of the Nile waterway, Egypt's sole navigable river. People believed that waterways were the finest means to convey commodities at the time, so it was also considered a national highway. They also believed that their sun god would accompany them on their journeys on the water in his own solar boat. The structures were composed of limestone with a high shine on the outer layer. The reflecting aspect of this surface aided in the preservation of the mummies by deflecting sunlight. The setting sun was supposed to be the location of the kingdom of the dead, hence the pyramids were built where the sun set. Another observation that was made about the pyramids was that they all pointed to the north, and the pole star was precisely above the pyramid. Another fascinating fact is that the positioning of the pyramids resembled constellations, and it remains a mystery how the Egyptians were able to be so precise without any advanced knowledge in this field. 4. Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the oldest and largest of the 3 pyramids that were discovered there. This pyramid is one of the world's 7 wonders. It was constructed between 2580 and 2560 BC for Pharaoh Khufu of the 8th dynasty. It has chambers designed specifically for the king and queen, as well as the robber's tunnel, a modern opening gate, the grand gallery, and a massive hole deep within the pyramid. This pyramid was built with approximately 2.3 billion stone, although its exact measurements are impossible to calculate because they are in Egyptian units. There are few other pyramids as fascinating as the Giza pyramid, making it a popular tourist attraction. The popularity of this pyramid accounts for the majority of the government's tourism revenue. 5. Exterior. The pyramids were built with great care, demonstrating the Egyptians' tremendous love and respect for their pharaohs and the dead in general. The pyramids were constructed of local limestone, which was abundant in Egypt, and their exteriors were finely polished. These stones used to gleam in the sunlight, transforming the pyramid into a massive gem. They were seen from the Israelite mountains, and others claim that they were also visible from the moon. Another unique aspect of these pyramids was that, even when the sun was scorching hot outside, the temperature within stayed constant at 20 degrees Celsius, thus acting as a big air conditioner. 6. Doors. The pyramid's doors were quite hefty. It's possible that only the Egyptians knew how to open these massive doors. The doors were so hefty that they were nearly unrecognizable as doors since they opened so slowly. Their opening mechanism was first found when experts studying the Great Pyramid recognized they were giant swivel doors. From the inside, the door was relatively easy to open with one hand, yet it was nearly hard to open from the outside. It's unclear how the Egyptians were able to balance these 20-ton doors to achieve this effect. 7. Tunnels. Tunnels were discovered beneath the Giza pyramids, and this shows that the Egyptians had mastered this building technology way before we rediscovered it. As well as tunnels, boxes that were cut with great precision were also found. 8. Time to build. A pyramid took 200 years to construct. The construction of these magnificent pyramids took a long time and work, with each one taking around 2 centuries. In ancient Egypt, over 138 pyramids were erected, and their beauty resides not only in their construction, but also in the incredible amount of care that went into their placement in relation to the stars. 9. Weight of stones. The stones weighed as much as elephants. The stones used to construct the pyramids weighed over 10 tons each, making them nearly as heavy as an elephant. Scientists are still trying to figure out how they were able to lift these stones up to the heights of the pyramids. The pyramids climbed to around 203 steps, and each stone was put with incredible accuracy, and they are still standing today. 10. The loss of its treasure. By 1000 BC, every pyramid had been looted of its treasure. Egyptians thought that their pharaohs, together with their valuables and occasionally even their slaves, should be buried together. As a result, gold, jewelry, clothing, and other valuables were buried with the mummies. Other countries' monarchs, on the other hand, have destroyed the pyramids and stolen the jewels and wealth back to their own kingdoms over time. Although the pyramids are extremely difficult to destroy, smaller pyramids were targeted and their treasure looted. A failed break-in is documented, and the deep hole created in the pyramid's construction can still be seen today. The ancient Egyptians' ability to construct buildings with such accuracy is astounding, and this precise, sophisticated level of construction can be found in various Egyptian monuments, not just the pyramids. When you compare the earlier pyramids to the later versions, you can notice a growth in their construction processes, such as the fine polishing of the exteriors. Here are your top 10 interesting facts of the pyramids.
Hope you got some value. If so, make sure to subscribe to us for more videos and tap the bell icon to